What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about Amouranth. Usually when people talk about her, it's usually not going to be in the bestest of light. It's usually going to be like talking about her hot tub streams, or really her streams in general, and telling, calling her some names, but definitely not today, because today she put out a Twitter thread on her personal account about a stalker that she's had to deal with for the past month and a half, really. And whether you like her or you hate her, you can definitely sympathize with the situation because nobody should have to deal with a stalker. There's been a lot of Twitch streamers that have come out over the years talking about stalkers that they've had to deal with. And in no way am I saying that Twitch is responsible for this, but because you're interacting with the streamers directly, a lot of weird, insane freaks out there have developed really insane parasocial relationships with the streamers, and Amouranth has probably had to deal with the most stalkers. She probably has a Guinness Book of World Records. Should probably have a Guinness Book of World Records for having the most stalkers. That's how many stalkers she's had, and I feel so bad for her. I really do. But let's get into this Twitter thread, and we'll discuss it as we read it. My stalker traveled from Estonia, Europe, and came to my city, camping out in a hotel with line of sight to my P.O. box, and spent over a month camping out daily at a Starbucks next to my P.O. box. 44 days, 33 minutes. He psychotically streamed every minute of his exertion, internet signal permitting, everything in real time on Twitch, typically to 0 viewers, but growing as he gained notoriety. His account would get taken down, but he would make another, maybe using the same alias, number +1, ticking up the numerical suffix in his screen name, methodically almost. So this stalker streamed 44 days and 33 minutes. That is how long he streamed. And that's only when he streamed. So he was there for longer. That is insane. So she had to deal with him for way longer than just 44 days. By his own admission, he went scorched earth and sold everything and left his life in Europe to come here on a hopeless and self-destructive pilgrimage. He hawked his worldly ties, selling his house, his car, all his possessions, his cat even, all by his own admission, and in a series of publicly posted and privately detailed vlogged videos. Almost a manifesto. And that really scary, because these people that have nothing left to lose, like he sold his house, car, his cat, everything. He left everything behind. His family, friends, if he had friends, let's be real here, probably didn't. But if he did, he left his friends, everyone behind, just to come to where Amouranth lives, around to where she lives, to where her P.O. box is, to see if he can find her. That is just insane to me. I know the internet harbors a lot of weird, insane people, but every time I see a story like this, I'm still shocked, and I don't know why. The only things he brought with him, other than his phone and the clothes on his back, was a saxophone and a change of clothes, formal attire. The saxophone would appear in a few live streams of himself playing in public places across Houston, serenading no one in particular. It allowed him to carry around occasionally a saxophone case, though. It made me very nervous. Was this plausible deniability to carry the case around, and when the time came to switch it out with a more lethal instrument? I tried to be clear while he was in my Twitch chat. I'd clearly state I don't want him to come, don't want to meet him. He'd say, liar, liar, fiance. And I think that's a very real thing that she was worried about. I'd also be worried about what could be hiding in his saxophone case, because you never know. It could be a knife, a gun, it could be anything. So her being worried about that, yeah, it's very real. And I'd be worried about that too. And liar fiance. I think at this point, long gone, his mental stability is definitely not all there. If he's saying liar fiance when you say you don't want anything to do with him. Oh. He made dancing videos reminiscent of the Buffalo Bill dance scene in Silence of the Lambs and kept sending them to me. He adopted / took in a feral cat while in Houston because it reminded him of the cat he sold / got rid of to make his journey here. The whereabouts / fate of the cat, he said goodbye to it in one video, are unknown. I don't even want to think about that. He was here for at least 44 days according to his vlogs and live streams. Yeah, and like I said, that's just his live streams and his vlogs. So he's definitely there way longer. And I don't know how she was able to deal with this, getting sent creepy videos like this in his hotel room. But good on her. I don't know if I would be able to deal with that. If you're asking me, I wouldn't. On Monday the 13th, he streamed himself as was his routine, but he was dressed up and ominously carrying around his music instrument case. Contents unknown at the time. He changed to the formal attire he brought, and made the last mile journey to my residence. He cased the vicinity for 30 minutes. Cops declined to act. He stripped himself outside, slinking around, mumbling about how he knew it was wrong, but I have to. And this is generally what happens in these streamers being stalked cases. The cops don't really do anything. And I mean, the cops don't really have, I guess, evidence, or like they can't really, I don't know, prevent something. I don't know. But whenever you see these stories, the cops do nothing, and they're horrible in this situation. That is the only thing that is constant, other than the stalker, the disgusting, crusty, horrendous stalker. It's the cops' inability to do anything, to help, anything. When he started trying to break in / gain entry, I called 911. Dispatch was rude, cutting me off, putting me on hold. It took 33 minutes from me calling 911, having previously already explained the situation to the closest police department branch, for the first responders to arrive. Unknown to the stalker, an armed person or a group of people, some who I employ, had been over at my house for protection, heavily armed, behind cameras, security system, and a big guard dogs. I didn't want to be responsible for what would happen if he forcibly gained aggress, and with the apparent lack of motivation for law enforcement, at least in the news regarding shootings, to intercept / engage out of fear for their own lives. I saw it as the only real option I have. So yeah, like I said, the cops don't do anything in these situations. But luckily, if anything did happen, if push came to shove, then she did have people protecting her. So that's very good. Not many people would have that. He did end up getting arrested / detained. The embassy was contacted, and he is currently not in Houston. That is all I can say for now. So there is a happy ending. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Amouranth is okay. Some people might be mad about that, and to that I'd say it's messed up, but okay. It's your prerogative, I guess. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. This guy can hopefully get the help he needs. Hopefully. But if not, then hopefully he doesn't bother Amouranth again, or anyone else for that matter. Thank you for watching, and Yeah, I'll see you guys. See you guys next time. Bye bye.